Hi everybody, today I'm going to be making seitan for dinner tonight. We're having some vegan friends over and some not so vegan friends. And we're gonna make something that everybody likes, and we're gonna use it, the recipe from Real Food Daily Cookbook. It's our favorite restaurant down in Southern California. And everybody is always happy when you make Salisbury seitan. So it's really easy to make, really delicious. And some of the ingredients that you're going to need: gluten wheat flour, whole wheat pastry flour, a staple for all vegans, nutritional yeast. Also, you're going to want to have some fresh rubbed sage, ground ginger. Of course, it's always best if it's fresh, but in a pinch you can have your own powder form of it. Make sure you have some coriander, fine sea salt. They call for canola oil, but I like to use olive oil. I'm not sure if it's a big difference, but I've been using it and it's been okay. I already have my 4 cups of filtered water measured out. Some soy sauce as well. I've already preheated my oven to 350 degrees. All right, so I have all my ingredients, and I'm going to start by measuring my gluten flour. And I'm going to need 3 cups of my gluten flour, and you can see I already have it open because in our house, we love this recipe and we make it often. I'm going to add 1.5 cups of my whole wheat pastry flour. Next, my nutritional yeast, which is going to be 2/3 cup. I'm going to add in my coriander. And I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of that. I want to make sure that we add our sage. Sage just makes it that savory, delicious taste. So we got some rubbed sage, and you could use just regular powdered sage, but I always make sure, because it's rubbed, I'll take my teaspoon and sort of break it up in my hands, make sure I really break it down so it thoroughly blends into your mixture. And then ginger. Delicious. Most people are very surprised that ginger is added in seitan, but it really does give it a little kick. So that's going to be 1 teaspoon of ground ginger. Again, if you want to use fresh, by all means. Next, we're going to add a teaspoon of our sea salt. I brought out my other bowl here to blend my liquid mixture. In this bowl I have my dry mixture. Now I'm going to pour my 4 cups of filtered water in, my 1/2 cup of soy. Can't forget my olive oil. I'm also going to add 1/2 cup of that. This is a great dish that you can bring to any Thanksgiving or holiday meal as well, because it's very savory. It's great with any kind of gravy over it. I'm going to make a Salisbury marinade to put over it. You can chop it up and put it in burritos or tacos or spaghetti, lasagna, any of those things. It's simply delicious. And you know what I always like to say? Cooking should be fun. So I'm going to stop and enjoy myself a nice shot of vodka. This is great to have on hand, preferably Grey Goose or Kettle One. In the spirit of cooking, I have it in my measurement shot glass. Cheers. So now I'm just blending my dry ingredients up so they're nice, thoroughly mixed together before I add my liquid ingredients. So this recipe makes up about 4 pounds, and it's great if you freeze it. You can bring it out and heat it up some evening when you don't feel like cooking anything. So now I've thoroughly blended my mixture together, and it creates sort of a cookie dough like texture, you can see. So now you really want to move quickly, and I'm going to take my parchment paper, and I'm just going to lightly oil it. And that'll help prevent the mixture from sticking later on when it's finished. So now I'm putting my mixture in with the parchment paper lining about an 8-inch pan. Now I'm going to just trim away the extra parchment, cover it with some foil. I'm going to transfer this into another casserole dish. And now I'm going to add water to the casserole dish. And I want to add enough water to it lines up about halfway to the middle of the pan, to your original seitan pan. I'm going to get a little bit more water. So now we're ready to place our seitan into the oven to bake. I did preheat the oven to 350, so it's all ready. So now that my seitan's in the oven, it's going to bake for 2 hours. I'm going to set my timer, and I can't wait. Welcome back. It's been 2 hours, so our seitan's ready to pull out of the oven. I'm going to just bring it out. You can see how the seitan has fluffed up. It's all ready. I'm going to pull it out of this casserole dish. So now I'm going to pull back that foil, and you can see our lovely seitan loaf. It smells delicious. After it cools, I'm going to apply my Salisbury marinade that I've already prepared. So I recently cut up the seitan, and you can see it's in a nice firm form. And so now I'm going to take this Salisbury marinade that I had already prepared, and I'm just going to layer it all over. Make sure that I get in between and saturate all the areas of the seitan. Hi, and we're back. And now we have our vegan friends here with us and our not so vegan friends. We're about to make the gravy, so stay tuned.